What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. This is episode 14. We got a great episode for you guys today. We're going to be talking about the NFL draft as it is coming up 2 days from this recording session and 1 day from when this is posted. We're going to be talking about who we think's going number one, our favorite sleeper pick of the draft, and then we'll do, since I'm an Eagles fan, he's a Steelers fan, we'll be going over what we want our teams to do versus what we think they will do in this NFL draft. And of course, we're going to be talking about some NBA playoff action as my Celtics just took care of the Nets last night. As I said, I'm going to give myself a round of applause. I went on a Twitter rant talking about how I've been called all this. I said Celtics in 4 if Ben didn't come back. I then, in an article, I said the Nets aren't good. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back, even though I might have just been blabbling, just talking. But before we get into all that, Danny, how are you doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon?
It's a great day to be a Boston sports fan. I'm not a Celtics fan. I'm a Red Sox fan, but you kind of have to throw a little bit of love for them when you're a Red Sox fan. Hey, Tatum did his thing.
And he fouled out. He beat the Scott Foster Demons.
Bro, Scott Foster should not be allowed to ref an NBA game. He's the Angel Hernandez of the NBA.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot about that, so I'm just assuming that's like the ref, like the Scott Foster, the MLB. I'm assuming.
No, he's horrendous.
Worse? Is he worse?
He has changed the outcome of a lot of games. Let's say that.
Scott Foster has he has taken like 2 rings from CP3. It's terrible.
Here's the thing, though. In the NBA, you can win a game with a bad ref. In the MLB,
yeah, because there's a lot going on. So, yeah.
In the MLB, if the umpire is calling bad strikes and balls, you're screwed.
No, I get it, man. All right, well, let's get into this NFL draft first. NFL draft. Jags have been on the clock since the regular season has ended, and the first overall pick has kind of been shifting a lot. First, honestly, like Kyle Hamilton was getting some hype, then he had like a bad 40 time, and now he's like apparently not top 10. Anyway, a lot in O'Neal talk, or a lot of those, any of the top tackle talks. But after they shirred up their tackles, it's looking more like Aiden Hutchinson. He seems to be the darling among NFL scouts. And then there's Trayvon Walker getting a lot of hype. What do you think about that Trayvon hype? What do you think?
So it's really interesting. Trayvon Walker is actually the betting favorite to become the first overall pick in NFL draft.
That is ridiculous. That is so crazy.
So although he was not asked to play this pass rusher role like Thibodeau and Aiden Hutchinson, I don't see him having this elite pass rush game that the other two have. He's athletic, right?
And yeah, he could.
He comes in the NFL. He projects into a similar type role of Jadeveon Clowney. He's good at stopping the run. He has to develop pass rushing game, or he will not be good in the NFL. And another guy getting really way too overhyped is Jermaine Johnson. He is a back end first round pick, and he might go in the top 10.
I mean, they both had some pretty good combines, and people, when you have that much time, you start to overthink stuff. Like I think I mentioned this before. Last year, come on, Trevor Lawrence he's been the projected first overall pick since he was 16 years old. And then that long offseason, for some reason, Zach Wilson jumped from QB5 to people were like, should they take him over Lawrence? We're like, what are you talking about? Let's calm down. I think they shouldn't overthink it. If I'm the Jags, you're short up your tackles. I would not just put someone opposite of Josh Allen. I would prefer either Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau. Kayvon's got a lot of potential. Aiden Hutchinson is ready to go right now. And from the pre-draft prospect, the pre-draft process, he seems to have a better winning and getting better personality than Kayvon. But I don't know. I don't think that will last forever. I think Kayvon will up his coachability, and some team will get him right. From the Jags, I don't know. I think Aiden Hutchinson just should be their guy. Safe pick to me. You agree?
What I'll say is Aiden Hutchinson should be the guy. I don't know if he will be the guy. Aiden Hutchinson has it all together. It just
Really
if you want free money, go take they're giving you about 2-1 odds to go bet Aiden Hutchinson to become the first round overall pick. That's money that I would put on. I think the market doesn't know something. I think they don't realize that the Jags are going to take a dude or they should take a dude. I mean, Doug Peterson can't mess it up. Come on now.
I know. Yeah, I think he's won a Super Bowl before with the formula of a very strong defensive line. He had Brandon Graham. He had a rookie Derek Barnett. I don't know if that's an elite duo, but Brandon Graham had 10+ sacks that year. Fletcher Cox was amazing. They had a good squad. And they had a serviceable secondary as well. So I don't know. I think Aiden Hutch, that should be their guy. If they pick Trayvon Walker, that is I don't know. That must be like the greatest like I don't know, from end of season to like, number one overall pick. That'd be quite the jump. We're moving on. Who could be the sleeper of this draft? I'll let you go first. Who do you think could be a great sleeper pick? And by this, we probably we'll go first round. So like mid to like back half of the draft, first round.
There's a couple guys that I think could go. If I'm looking at a skill position, Olave or Jameson Williams, and that's going to sound really stupid because they're top guys at their position. But I think these guys are elite. I think they're NFL talent immediately. And I think they can come into any locker room in the NFL and kind of make a change. But I'm looking at a not skill position. Andrew Booth, technically skill, on defense. Andrew Booth and Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean's average draft position right now for a lot of mocks and betting is like 30-something. How? This man was projected to be a top 20 pick for the last 3 months. And people just realized, we're not going to draft linebackers. Don't be surprised if the Pittsburgh Steelers take this linebacker here. That's all I say.
I think people like as an Eagles fan, bro, if we land a Kobe Dean, win because we have no linebackers. If I'm looking as an NFL scout, you see an undersized linebacker who has like a little bit of injury history, but like don't overthink it so much. Like this kid I agree with you. He's really good, and whoever drafts him is getting a good linebacker. I would agree on Jameson Williams if he wasn't getting so much hype right now. The NFL scouts love him. Super explosive. I don't know, man. If that's someone I wish it would fall to the Eagles, but I don't see it happening right now. That kid's really good. I agree with Olave. He could definitely be a steal.
He could be a stealer.
He could be a stealer. He could be. Yeah, and what you guys? They have the 20th overall pick, correct?
Yeah, we have 20.
Yeah, so that's around like that. That could be a steal by that point in the first round. My steal, I would say Kyle Hamilton, but he might end up top 10 or 11, so that's not really like a steal. But my steal would be, I think you mentioned him, would be Andrew Booth. And with all like the Gardners, like Gardner and Stingley hype, we forget about these other corners, but they're also really good. Like Andrew Booth could fall to like 20 or something like that, and he's such a great corner. He's very physical. And same with Kyer Elam. He has great hips. And he's a really good recovery speed. There's a lot you'll see a lot on film that he could he's not the best like press guy like Stingley and Gardner, but he recovers really fast. He's great in man coverage. Those two corners will be two guys I think you could look out for in the back half of the draft. Maybe one of them, you said one might be a Steeler. One could very well be an Eagle if we just simply don't draft a linebacker. But
here's what I'll say. This dude, Kyer Elam, had to guard Kadarius Toney, probably the shiftiest player in the NFL, if I'm going to be quite honest.
Yeah, future Eagle.
He might be.
Future Eagles. Two future Eagles.
Giants would never do that. They would be pitying and shame for the next 5 years because Kadarius Toney's legit.
I would send them Rager in a third. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Okay, so while we're on the topic, we'll just get right into what we think our teams should do. I can go first on this one. I think it's simple. We have 2 picks. I would love to grab a receiver and Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean's losing stock almost. Well, not almost, he is. So we could probably get him with that 18th pick. That would be good. Now, with the 15th pick, like I said, a lot of teams are loving Jameson Williams. So I don't know if he'll be there. And a lot of teams, obviously, they love Garrett Wilson. They love Drake London. If those 3 guys are off the I was about to give it away. If they're off the board, I would take Burks. But yeah, I would like to see one of those 4 dudes, London, Williams, Wilson, or Burks, fall to that 15th pick. Get whoever's the best out of them 4 available, or if all 4 are gone, get Olave. Just get a receiver with the 15th pick. At 18, grab Nakobe Dean. Don't overthink it. Like, who cares if he's undersized? He's on the team right now. He's the best linebacker on the team by far. That's what I think.
Kaiser White's real good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I always forget that we sign him because I'm not used to signing linebackers. So, yeah, I think those 2 would be a great pairing, and that could really up our linebacker core, definitely.
I mean, that would really help defending like Zeke and Tony Pollard, Antonio Gibson.
Saquon has a bounce back. Antonio Gibson, he's going to be running the ball a lot because Carson Wentz is his quarterback.
You need those 2, especially in the NFC East. You need those 2 downhill linebackers that can fill the gap and get to play both sides.
Yep. What do you think the Steelers? And then what I think we'll do is the same thing that I just said. Like, I think they'll do what I want them to do. Okay. Now, what do you think they will do? What do you think the Steelers will do?
Before I go Steelers, I'll comment on what the Eagles did. I really agree. You can comment on the Steelers as well. I really think they will go 1 pick with a wide receiver. I would not be surprised if they like a D lineman that's thinking back in the first round. Maybe George Karlaftis or a.
He's been falling. I've been seeing him.
He's been falling really far, but I think a team they might be able to trade back and then nab him if that's their guy. You never know. I really like the way that you're thinking. Go get a receiver and then go get a corner or a linebacker.
If we were to draft a corner, I have no issue, honestly. If we could get Chanel, he played at Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, Leo Chanel. Yeah.
Look, man, if we got him too, I think that's also a really good pick, man. He's really good.
Second round linebacker.
Yeah, exactly. If we could get a first round level corner, so like Elam, Booth, and then go get him in the second round, that's also a dub. So yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I mean, there's a decent chance. I mean, if I'm the Eagles, I'm talking to the Chiefs and trying to get 29 and 30 for 15. You have 3.
And then at that point, are you saying like what receiver could be available? We grab one. Are you saying we grab one at 18 and then go defense right there?
I mean, why not? There's 2 good corners or corner linebacker there. Because if Nakobe Dean's going to fall, you could grab. The Chiefs want to trade out for a receiver.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, and then we can get our guy later, and at that point we'll probably have to draft a corner as well.
Think about that. It means you could get a corner, a wide receiver, and a linebacker. Not just.
Well, we trade for 15. I think we'll have to take the best receiver possible at 18, and then later on get Dean, assuming he's there, and then get a best corner available, Elam, Booth, my guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, let's move to the Steelers though. Let's talk some Pittsburgh real quick.
So I'm gonna go really consensus. I don't think he's gonna be here though. I really love Malik Willis. Think he's a future Steeler if he's there. We're not gonna trade up. We've done it for Devin Bush. We've done it for a few players in the past. I don't think we're gonna do it here. Tomlin knows that it's not, and Colbert. They both know that It's just not the class to trade up, right?
I
But
feel you.
maybe they get it for good value. But I think if Willis is there, we take him. But I'm gonna assume he's not gonna be there. I want us to take Andrew Booth or Tyler Linderbaum. Our O line was so bad for how many years? We brought in 2-3 offensive linemen this year off season. If we can bring in a third or a fourth, really secure that down. Najee's going to have some big running room.
Yeah, and then Mitch only needs a serviceable line. The guy can kind of move. I mean, I can't speak on his passing game all too much. We haven't seen him in a year, but yeah, a serviceable O line. I definitely agree with that.
I mean, that could really change the whole Steelers culture. And speaking to Andrew Booth, he would be my pick if we didn't need a quarterback. Andrew Booth is Steelers football. He's that physical guy. He's that corner who wants to play in. And he's an AFC North corner. He's going to punch the ball out. He's going to make hits. And pairing him with Micah, that's gonna be really hard.
That could be good. That could be a good team. I like that thought process. So yeah, if Malik Willis is there, I think that's good. It's a good one. I think it just depends on what teams, in that top 10. Like, what is Seattle gonna do? I've been seeing him get Desmond Ridder get mocked there. Atlanta's been a little mixed. I feel like a lot of mocks have gotten Willis there, or they'll just take best player available because they're just that bad. Which is, if I was the Falcons, I'm just gonna take best player available. You just stink that much. I'd probably take Garrett Wilson if he's there because that, like, their receiving core is the worst of the worst. It is really bad.
Exactly.
And Wilson and Pitts could be fun. But yeah, honestly, the quarterback's hype has kind of died back down a little bit from what I've seen, as it should, because this quarterback class is mid. So I think Willis might be there. He might be there. I know Tomlin likes him, so perhaps he is future Steeler as you anticipate. But
he might be.
Andrew Booth is a very, very good pick. But he'll be a future Eagle, unfortunately for you.
He might be. You never know.
We'll see. Regardless, hopefully he's playing some football in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's what we hope. Yeah, and then one last thing we wanted to discuss. We wanted to discuss who is going to be the first quarterback off the board, as we discussed. Is it going to be Pickett at 6?
I don't see them taking a quarterback anymore. I see them trying to move the 6th overall pick back and getting some draft capital.
I see.
Maybe the Steelers move up. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the Saints try to trade 19 in a second or 16 in a second for the 6th overall pick and go get a quarterback. I don't know, but the 6th overall pick is pretty intriguing because it could be a spot where a team wants to move up to get a quarterback to try to jump, like Seattle. Hey, no one's been talking about this. The Giants might go take Malik Willis.
That would be that's a Giants thing to do. I don't think they will because they got some like blistering holes on their squad, and with the 5 and 7 picks, they could probably pick up like Aquanu and Thibodeau, and that's I don't know.
Really good.
That's a good haul. Like, that is a first. That if they were to land them 2, I would probably crown them winners of the first round.
Okay, imagine this.
Unless the Jets went like 2 for 2 with their picks, like unless they got like Stingley and Hamilton or something. I don't know.
Okay, Thibodeau goes 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then let's say a quarterback. Let's say someone takes somebody at 6. Kenny Pickett, right?
Yeah.
If I'm the Giants, I'm scratching my head and saying I might get Malik Willis.
I think Daniel Jones is better. Daniel Jones, when he is on the ball, and that's rare, but when he's on the ball, he's a mid-tier quarterback. Like, he can play. He's serviceable. I think he probably might be like quarterback 1 of this class from what we currently know about him, not him coming out. But I don't know. Like, there obviously, like, if you desperately need a quarterback, yes, get a quarterback. But the Giants, you only gotta just this is his make or break year anyway. So if it's gonna be that way, you guys are gonna stink. You're in line for Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and redemption arc Spencer Rattler. So,
I mean that is true. One thing I like about that is, who does Malik Willis pan out to be? Strong arm quarterback. He can put the ball pretty much wherever on the field. He's very mobile. Who's the Giants' new head coach?
It is
Brian Daboll, right?
Yeah, Brian Daboll, because it was almost
Brian Flores.
Yeah, it was almost Brian Flores. That's what it was. I'm mixing up my Bryans here.
Yeah,
Bill O'Brien.
Think about this. Brian Daboll was the offensive coordinator for Josh Allen. Josh Allen and Malik Willis might have some similarities in their game. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I think you can make that comparison with a lot of people. Strong arm, mobile. I don't know. I see it a little bit. But I don't think the Giants draft a quarterback. You got a quarterback who's like on a make it or break it right now. And if he doesn't make it, then you're in line for some pretty good quarterbacks next year.
We got really off topic though. I think we're going first quarterback off the board. I would love.
Well, I mean, no, we're still talking about it in a way. We're still talking about it. I think first quarterback off the board is to Seattle, and I think it's going to be Desmond Ridder. Ridder is. Speaking of Daniel Jones, I think he's a lot like Daniel Jones. But the kid, he can control a game. He's played a lot of big games in his college career for someone who's played at a small school. And he's just ready. He has a composure about him. People like to in a quarterback class that is so close in terms of like who's better on the field. He has leadership qualities on and off the field. I believe he has a family. So weird reason to take him first as a quarterback, but he's not necessarily my QB1, but I think Seattle likes him a lot. He can go in there, compete with Locke and Geno Smith and probably win pretty easily. And he'll have high expectations if he gets drafted there. So who do you think's going first off the board so we can move on?
I really think Seattle's going to take a quarterback. I think they're in love with Malik Willis. Hurts me to say that first as a Steelers fan, but I think they get Malik Willis.
So we just both agree Seattle's just going to take a quarterback. It's just a matter of who.
Seattle?
They'll get Carson Strong.
They'll get Trevor Penning at 9.
No, oh my god,
he is very bad.
I don't get it. I do not get why people like anyone likes him. Shout out Theo Ash for actually like putting that on like display, like how he's actually not good because he wasn't. Like we have to stop overrating, the pre-draft, like the Senior Bowls and our combine. Like combines can be great, but. Moving on to some NBA and some mic difficulties. Our first round predictions have been fire or really bad. Starting with our first, we'll start in the East. Our Heat Hawks pick, mine's still in play. I had the Heat in 6, but it looks like they just might wrap things up tonight. Danny had Hawks in 7, which isn't out of the realm of possibility, but that ain't looking too good. I must admit, that's not looking too good.
Nah, Trae Young played like some of the worst basketball I've ever played in his career in the first couple games.
Credit the Heat, though. I mean, this is the best defense I've ever seen. Like this is the best answer I've ever seen for Trae Young.
Yeah, they get it done. Also, can't really blame the Hawks. John Collins coming off an injury, didn't really play much. Not in the group.
They just don't got them dogs. They don't got them dogs like
they don't got the dog in them.
Nah, they don't got the dogs like the Heat do. Well, keep that short and sweet. I think the Heat wrap it up tomorrow, meaning my prediction was semi-accurate, but not on the ball like my next one. Celtics Nets, I said if Ben didn't come back, it'd be wrapped up in 4, which is exactly what happened.
I believe I said Celtics in 5 or 6.
I think you said Celtics in 6, maybe. I think you might have said 7, but regardless, you were right in a way. So
yeah,
I don't know. We both won. So that was just... what the Celtics are doing is truly special. Everyone said, they were dumb for winning their last game. They were dumb for targeting the Nets in the playoffs. They probably have the hardest first-round opponent of any of the top 4 seeds, and they really did take care of them.
I know you said all those.
Good, so.
We want Boston.
Never say that. No, don't. I'm telling you, do not ever, as any fan base, say you want a team. You're going to lose. It's gonna happen.
You got swept after they did that, so that's
It's
worse.
tough. That's real tough. Like, that I just didn't expect the Nets to be so bad at closing games. It's 2.5 minutes left. You brought the game within 3. Jason Tatum can't even get back into the game because he fouled out, and you can't close.
I'm gonna tell you a name. He's the X factor. Joe Harris.
Joe Harris is not saving the Nets this series. That is the worst thing you could have ever said.
He would have won him a game or two. Maybe.
No, he wouldn't.
Maybe one.
He doesn't solve their problem. You know what their problem was? It was
defense.
Closing and defense. Joe Harris can't guard a broom. And
you know what's really sad about the Nets, though? Blake Griffin is what, and Seth Curry really carried them in a game.
Respect Blake, bro.
Goran Dragic be throwing up any shot. That's what I realized.
Goran Dragic is the number 1 Celtics killer besides like Ish Smith.
Dude Dragic just throws up shots and he makes them. I don't know.
Honestly, yeah.
He's Matt. Shout out Matt Mush.
Mush goated. Chill. We was just playing basketball the other day. He ran me off the court, but it's cool.
It's okay.
Yeah, moving on to our next series that I said Bucks in 4, so I'm technically wrong, but they're about to wrap it up tomorrow night. Zach LaVine's in health and safety protocols, so yeah.
Meaning he has COVID.
Yeah, it's over. He's done.
Yeah.
The Bulls are done. Tombstone. What'd you say? Did you say 5? I think you said 5.
I think it's 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5, 6. You were closer than I was technically, so. I don't know. The Bulls got on them the first 2 games. They played bad games. You're really looking at that game 1 right now, though. Like, what if you got that? What if you took both home games and then you come back to Chicago and you blew both home games. Yeah. So
the Bulls are feeling like, damn, we could have been doing in the same position as Toronto Raptors right now. The Raptors are applying some fucking heat.
Yeah, I think I said Sixers in 5, and then they blew it. So. I don't know. The Raptors, I do expect the Sixers to still take care of business next game, but the Raptors, man, if any team can do it, it's a team facing Doc Rivers and a team that's as gritty. They got a little bit of star power like Siakam, but obviously he's no Harden. Is Harden even Harden at this point? I expect him to get back in the top 10 player category. He's simply not that right now. It's a shame. It really is.
You see that Doc Rivers has the worst record in closeout games out of any coach in NBA history.
Yeah, that sucks. That's pretty bad. I feel bad for Joel Embiid. I must be honest.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, best chance to probably win a ring, and it's gonna get blown because Doc Rivers is his coach. So.
Man, I think Embiid gonna play through the injury, close it out in Toronto.
I hope so. That's I don't know. That should be what happens. And that's all the East matchups, I'm pretty sure. To the West, we were both incredibly wrong about the Suns, Pelicans. We both said just whoever would play, the Suns would get swept. Shout out Jose Alvarado, representing Puerto Rico. Shout out Brandon Ingram. Shout out CJ McCollum. Shout out the Pelicans, man. They're playing so hard. They're just playing some competitive basketball. I still expect the Suns to close it out in 6 or 7 because they got the experience. They've been to the finals. Sorry, what was that?
Is Jumbo Wumbo coming back for Game 7?
Over. If they get out that first round, dude better start doing some sprints, man, because at that point, if you took out the best team in the West, you're a contender. At that point, you're a contender. It's not a fluke. Even without Devin Booker, though, like, you guys are more than deep enough. I mean, what are y'all doing? They won without Chris Paul, but you can't win without Devin Booker. And this proves that Devin Booker is the best player on that goddamn team, and it shouldn't have been debated ever. Ever since Chris Paul there, was like, oh, he installed that winning mentality in Devin Booker. Man, fuck that. Devin Booker went 8-0 in the bubble. He's a damn winner. He's been a winner. He's been that guy. So, yeah. Wolves series.
Man,
who's that guy?
Zion could change the team, bro. He's that guy.
Insanely. Like, you know how Brandon Ingram is, give the ball, get a bucket? Zion's the same thing, but it's not necessarily get a bucket. It's give him the ball, Zion smash. Like, that's what it is. Just Zion power dribble, Zion, just go crazy. It's basically that.
1990s basketball at its finest.
Bro is Charles Barkley with a 40-inch vert.
Really, for real. He laid off the cheeseburgers, and actually he didn't lay off the cheeseburgers.
Chill. I need the Eagles draft him. He could come off the edge for us.
Yeah, he's probably better than David Ojabo, I'll tell you that.
He better than Derek Barnett.
He probably is, tell you that.
Next series is another competitive series I thought was going to end in 5 was Grizzlies Wolves. The Wolves are just playing inspired basketball, but not consistently enough. Like, they've been up on the and game 3, they were up on these dudes like twice, like big, and just didn't finish. I don't know.
Question about the Pelicans. They play tonight at 10 o'clock. Winner of the game wins the series.
Whoever wins this game wins the series.
Yep.
That's easy to say. They're a game away at that point. But I don't know. I guess so. If the Suns win, I definitely think so. If the Pelicans win, they could more than easily lose 2 games straight because they are 9 seed for a reason. But again, not the average 9 seed, 12-7 with McCollum, the McCollum edition. I could see that though. Grizzlies Wolves also play tonight, so I expect the Grizzlies to win and then wrap it up in 6, get these guys out of here. But the Wolves play inspired basketball. They really do. Cat answered the call, but he's got to be consistent. He can't be like game 3. You can't only put up 4 shots.
Agreed.
If you're the greatest shooting big man of all time, you got this bag on you, then you got to prove it, man. That's simple. Exactly. Moving on, 3 and 6. The Warriors should wrap it up tomorrow. Pretty easily.
The Warriors will wrap it up. The Warriors are going to wrap it up.
They should have wrapped it up that other day, but I don't know. They came out flat.
I'll tell you, they're not going to blow a 3-1 lead. They're certainly not going to blow a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I don't know. They just came out flat. They can't do that again. They'll be back in Oracle. Great way to close it out. Yeah, I think they'll wrap it up. And 4 and 5.
I'll tell you the player. Jordan Poole is really what came out flat. Clay dropped 32. Steph dropped 33. Wiggins dropped 20. Draymond did his little thing, 13, 11, and 6.
That's a Draymond line if I've ever seen one.
Exactly. And
his podcast is fire, by the way.
He had 11 and 9.
Rough.
You need to get Jordan Poole. Similar to the Sixers, you need to get Jordan Poole the ball and let him get active on the wing. Same with Maxey. You got to let Maxey.
Maxey needs some drip. That's what he needs. And then the Maxey 4 and 5 match.
He's Devon Smith of the NBA.
I feel Philly, skinny Philly guys, 0 drip. But they're dogs, man. They're dogs. I guess that means like Jason Kelsey and Embiid are the same dudes. Center, pride of the city. City loves them. And all that. Good comps. And then James Har fat ass is Rager. I don't know.
Rager?
I don't know. He's playing like Jalen Rager. He's playing like shit.
JJ right there, Whiteside, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, J-Jaw. Big J-Jaw. Something like that. But yeah. 4 and 5, Mavs Jazz. The Mavs just beat the crap out of them, and I expect them to wrap it up in 6. I need Luka in the second round. You know how crazy it would be if Luka could get the Pelicans in the second round instead of the Suns?
Oh my God. Luka's going to the finals.
Luka would go to the Western Conference Finals and get, mollywopped by the Warriors. But that would be fun to watch,
Ready? If Luka leads the Mavs to a finals appearance
and loses to Jason Tatum.
Okay, that's a very decent possibility.
Luka Tatum final would be so good. That would be so fun.
That is possible.
Luka Tatum final pushes my next KD and LeBron agenda a lot, but
I mean, I think they are the next KD LeBron. It's more like the next Steve Nash and LeBron, but I don't know.
Steve Nash?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Because Luka's white.
No. What the hell?
I don't know.
I think both of these dudes could probably be better than Steve Nash when it's all said and done. So
I think they already are. Hot take.
Hot take. I'll tell you what, I think both of them could coach a team better than Steve Nash.
I'm saying Steve Nash coaching legacy is impacting his player's career right now.
The funniest thing on Twitter, they'll be like Steve Nash when he's got 3 guards under 6'5" on the court. Oh man, yeah, I expect the Mavs to move on. I expect basically all the upper seeds to move on. I'm actually conflicted about Suns Pelicans, but hopefully the Suns put my worries to rest. I don't want to see them go out first round. Well, I would love to see Chris Paul go out first round, but it's not fair to Devin Booker. You know, he got hurt. He's such a hardworking guy, and honestly, biggest surprise of this first round so far. I wouldn't say Celtics, Nets. You know, I would definitely have to say the Pelicans. They have played really well.
I'll tell you my biggest surprise. Nuggets going down 0-3.
You think so?
I didn't expect them to be this bad. I expected them to be bad, not this bad.
I think I said Warriors in 4 or 5 with
Curry with Steph coming back. I know we said that. I said that too, but it's just such a surprise that they can't even get one. Right?
It's not even like they're down 3-0. Like the Nets were down 3-0 because they lost 3 close games. These dudes are down 3-0 because they got the shit beat out of them 3 times.
Yeah.
And the same way every single time. It's close down the stretch. And then Curry, Poole, Thompson just sends them away. Like, just wraps it up.
PTSD, baby.
Exactly.
They're going to continue to get PTSD from that team.
Yeah, man. But, yeah, great time. You know, we talk some playoffs. We talk some NFL. The draft is Thursday. Very excited. I'm very excited to see what the Eagles do. Hopefully we don't blow this. We nailed last year. We got Devonta Smith, of course, and we got Landon Dickerson, who's going to be a great player this upcoming year. Hopefully we can land 2 more great young players this year. Hopefully the Steelers get someone good. You know, they could use a quarterback, no matter. I'm always praying for the Pennsylvania brothers. Because I will see a Steelers-Eagles Super Bowl before I die. I'm pretty sure millions of people have said that before, but it's going to happen. It is going to happen because Philly needs it. Philly and Pittsburgh need it.
You need a Jets Giants one as well.
No, we don't. We do not need to see that. We do not care.
I'm here to tell you, we do not care.
As the great Mike Tomlin, as top 10 coach all time, Mike Tomlin would say, we do not care. All right, man. But, you know, it was fun. Great talking some NBA and NFL, despite like a 15-minute headphone issue. But thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next Wednesday, like always. Probably going to talk some more NBA and our thoughts on the NFL draft, and maybe some MLB if something wild happens. But again, thank you guys all for tuning in. From me and Daniel Cole, make sure you guys have a great day and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Hey, yeah.